Hi friends, Evolving Guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for following along with our collection journey. So today is Fun Friday, and we're going to be opening just some random products that I found at Walmart recently. If you're like me and I just, have responsibilities and a day job and people that rely on me, and so I can't just be hustling at stores all the time, and especially Walmart is just like almost notorious, I think, because they don't set limits, at least no Walmarts that I know of. And most of the time stuff is just loose on the shelves. It's just really hard to find product in Walmart. I kind of remember during the pandemic it was like that, where you'd stop at the store maybe a dozen or 2 dozen times before you'd see any products. And it's kind of like that now. It's almost hopeless, but I still check. And 2 times recently I've had a little bit of luck. Now, I did find this today, this Temporal Forces. This has got the Belly Bolt eraser, but this does have 2 packs, and they're decent packs, especially the Twilight pack, so we're going to open that. And then at a recent stop, a different stop recently, I actually found real products. So I found these 2 tins, which we're going to break into first. Now, these I think are a little bit older tin design, but you always have to check. They're listed as A24. We'll flip it around. Or sorry, H24. So I think these are gonna have modern packs, like recent packs inside, but I don't know what packs, and so we're gonna find out what packs they have inside. And then I found one each of the Koraidon and Miraidon 5-pack tins. And these are fun because they're early Sword and Shield, they're early Scarlet and Violet, and they are gonna have, I think, maybe up to 3 Paldea Evolve packs inside each one, and we're still chasing that Magikarp, so I'm excited. We maybe are going to get to open up to 3, up to 6. I mean, we'll see what's inside, really. I remember when Costco did a deal on those where you could get those multi-packs, and that was like a super screaming good deal. Speaking of Costco, if you're listening, have you had luck with the prismatic drops? I have not. I mean, I don't know. I guess there's no like perfect way to do getting these products out there. I mean, whoops, I unfortunately ripped the whole thing there. I don't know. It's just really tough. Like in person, I'm not even going to venture. I mean, I can't. My schedule doesn't allow me necessarily to be there. And so let's see what's in these. All right, we do get a coin. I like the coins. Coins are helpful. Oh, Pikachu coin is good too. People like Pikachu. Hey, this does have Silver Tempest. That's kind of nice. Oh, and Chilling Reign. What? Oh, I am really surprised that this has these older packs inside. So that's very cool. Let's see if that's the case here. I sort of thought that there's Pikachu again, and maybe, yeah. Well, that's exciting. I found these at Walmart, and they are, in fact, like Sword and Shield era packs. Chilling Reign. We do have a complete master set of Silver Tempest, but they'll still be fun to open. And Chilling Reign is, we're still chasing some cards in Chilling Reign, so we'll set those aside. Let's see what's inside. Well, this one we don't have to wonder, so let's just break into this. Oh, that actually came apart pretty nicely. We do get this. This is very substantial, actually, if you're holding it. It's very heavy. Belly Bolt, I think, is kind of a fun, and it has some fun cards. So there you go. There's, I think, technically an eraser. I don't know how well it actually erases things. And then the 2 packs inside, again, we do have a master set of Temporal Forces, so we're not chasing any cards here. We do have Twilight, which is nice. We'll set those aside. And let's see what's inside these. And then we'll just get our packs organized. And today we are going to open everything. I do sometimes set packs aside because I'd like to have them for my daily. All right, so we do get this is a Black Star promo card. It's not a valuable one. It's early Sword and Shield, I keep saying Sword and Shield. I'm conditioned. Yeah, number 29, so pretty early in the series. We have this, of course, already, and it's probably not worth too much. So let's see the packs inside. So it is Paldea, Scarlet and Violet. Hey, Silver Tempest and Brilliant Stars. Wow. Well, look at that. I actually would kind of prefer more Paldea. We have master sets of Silver and Brilliant and Scarlet and Violet base sets, so we don't actually need those packs for the purposes of our master sets. I don't remember originally if they had those. I feel like they didn't have the Sword and Shield sets inside. So this one has the Miraidon. Well, it's pretty fun in 2025 when you can find products randomly on Walmart. I mean, again, finding any Walmart products at all is like a little bit like hitting the lottery. Paldea, Scarlet Base, Silver Tempest, and Brilliant Stars. Well, look at that. What a fun kind of... We opened some Sword and Shield as part of our Master Set Challenge. I don't know, why don't we go... I don't know, should we go in reverse order? So we have 2 Chilling Reign, we have, let's see, 2 Brilliant Stars, Chilling Reign, then Brilliant Stars. We have a lot of Silver Tempest, right? We had Silver Tempest and Silver Tempest. We actually have, 4 Silver Tempest packs. So there's our Sword and Shield block, and then we have the 2 Scarlet and Violet. We do still have 4 Paldea, which is really nice, and then Temporal, and we'll end with Twilight. All right. Maybe should we do the modern stuff first? I mean, this is all modern, but we'll do the... Yeah, why don't we start with Scarlet and Violet base set. So this is a nice pack selection, and yeah, to find this on Walmart store shelves, pretty unlikely. So this is a fun Friday. This is fun to get to open these packs, to find these just sitting on the shelves. I always kind of wonder when I'm in this case, like really, literally, these were the last things on the shelves. There were these 2 5-pack tins. Arven, that's a good trainer. We'll take that here. And then, Reverse Nest Ball, not bad for resale. And a Professor's Research. At least we're getting some trainers that we can resell. Please check out our, we do have a store on eBay where I mostly sell stuff related to the TCG, any cards that have value in the TCG that we pull in our openings. I try to repackage those and sell those. So, second Scarlet and Violet base set. Oh, there is something peeking out. We do have a hit. Man, I can't pull these properly. Wiglet, that's fun. All right, we have our first hit. That is an illustration rare. It's funny to open these. It's been so long since I've kind of looked at my master set. So there we'll maybe there's our first hit. All right, I would kind of put, if I were just, I put Chilling Reign last. I mean, Paldea, we get 4 packs of Paldea Evolve, which is great. Anytime we can open this set, especially for just regular price. I don't know how expensive these loose packs are, but like I said, this is a set. We are just chasing the 1 card, the Magikarp. I'm getting close to just breaking down and buying it because I just really want to finish the set. And it gets a little bit harder and harder to find Paldea in the wild. There is a hit. Man, these are sticking some, so I'm not pulling them cleanly, but we'll take a hit. Ugh, yeah. Rabska, it is just a regular illustration rare, but we'll take a hit. A hit is a hit. It claws back a little bit of the value. And it's funny, Magikarp is an illustration rare, so it's like pulling one of those. There's just a lot of them in this set, so the chances of pulling any particular one are not super high, but they're not as, you pull an illustration rare about once every dozen packs, and so it's not out of the question. It's not like so crazy. I mean, we did just pull one. It's just a question of pulling the right one. But we've pulled a lot of them, so you'd think at one of these days, right, we would pull, not this time, Sableye. 2 more chances, 2 more lottery tickets. But like I said, I think the price on the Magikarp has really, I remember back when it was $50, and of course you can't buy everything all at once, and you can't know what cards are going to go up and down. And so, it just is not one of the ones we pulled, and it's not one of the ones that I picked up at that point. I remember when it went to 100, and I thought, I don't know. And then it went to like 250 or even more. Now it's back down to a little under 200, and I sort of feel like that's maybe where it's going to settle. Quaxley, see, we pulled our second illustration rare. I mean, so it's not like impossible to pull those there. We've pulled 2 illustration rares. We just want to pull the Magikarp, the right one. All right, last chance. I mean, we have some hits, which is nice. So anyway, yeah, I'm kind of a little gobsmacked to find these packs. I mean, nothing in here it's not like Evolving Skies or, something super crazy, but it's still just to find some older packs. I was saying earlier too, it's kind of weird. Like when I show up at Walmart that time, I mean, this is all that was left on the shelves. So part of me wonders, like, did someone just buy I mean, maybe people just buy a few things and leave the rest, but I just think the person before me who saw these, did they just decide, well, nothing, Paldea did not. It rewarded us with 2 illustration rares, but not the one we wanted. All right, Temporal Force. I haven't opened a lot of this lately. We opened a lot of this upon release, back when you could actually buy cards for relatively reasonable prices, and we opened an entire booster box case of Temporal Forces early in this channel's life, because we were trying to figure out like what hit rates were, and how close to a master set could we get opening 216 packs. And we got pretty close, and then we bought the rest, and now we don't need to open anymore. But again, always happy to pull something. And again, any trainers that have value, we're also happy to see. All right, nothing there. We did get a Farafarig, just a double rare, so nothing too exciting. All right, and then Twilight, we'll finish up the Scarlet and Violet block with this, and we can slide these over a little bit. So again, we have gotten a few hits. And with this set, we're also just missing the Greninja card. We only have the one. It's an SIR, so harder to pull, about once every 2 booster boxes. So chances of pulling it are not super high, but not as hard as the Alt Arts. Ready? Nothing there. So I think I'll probably go for the Magikarp first to buy it, and then the Greninja's next, pretty close to next on that list. So look at all these Sword and Shield packs. I mean, that's kind of crazy. 4 Silver Tempest, 2 Brilliant. I'm going to put the Chilling last because that is the set that we still are chasing cards. So for me, those are the most desirable. We'll start with these 2 Brilliant Stars. I remember when Brilliant Stars came out. I remember the excitement. Oh yeah, so I've got to remember, so we do that, and we do that, actually, yeah, and then it just had, I mean, seeing these yellow borders is just like so shocking, kind of striking, to open a pack with the yellow borders. Yeah, this was a really desired set, a coveted set. It does have a couple great chase cards in it, that Charizard Alt Art card, which we did end up buying. Just a Breloom. Yeah, and I bought it back. I mean, that's, you win some, you lose some. The Magikarp, I could have bought at $50 and didn't. But the Charizard, I bought under 100, I think. And now, I don't know, I think it's near 200 or maybe even more than 200. So, some cards go up. Some cards you catch, before that, and some cards you don't. It's also a trick just, with the new set, like Destined Rivals, we're working on that. We're going to have some more Destined Rivals content next week. We have some more stuff to open for that new set, but that is a set that, it's going to make, I think Journey Together, actually, the previous set is kind of almost at the sweet spot about picking up singles where just things have kind of settled where they're going to settle. And, I think you don't obviously want to pick up stuff too quickly right after release singles unless you need them for competitive purposes, because you don't want to, you just don't want to overpay because the prices are going to take time to come down. And I think with Journey Together, I track prices every month for the cards I'm looking for, and Journey Together prices definitely have come down. Although I was checking some of the stuff I still need in Sword and Shield, and Evolving Skies, this is not a bad time to pick up Evolving Skies singles because the prices, are relatively speaking, are down on a lot of them. I mean, they could go back up. They might settle further down. I mean, who knows? But they're definitely down from their peaks. So if there's a card or two in there that you've been looking at and maybe wondering about, this might not be, hey, the Duraludon VMAX. This is from the Trainer Gallery. Now this is, Trainer Gallery. This is number 30. So it's a cool card. I remember these were very striking, but not actually worth all that much. The Trainer Gallery, starting in Brilliant Stars, Astral Radiance, Lost Origin, and Silver Tempest. The last 4 sets of Sword and Shield had the Trainer Gallery. So in the reverse holo slot, you had that extra opportunity to get a hit, which really helped a lot. I mean, up until that point, there was really you're just looking at the holo spot. And that spot, that's back when holo rares counted as hits. And so you really, you could open a lot of packs and, just get a few holo rares and maybe you get a few bulk Vs. And it just was really, could be demoralizing, especially looking back on it. I think Scarlet and Violet has been really great that way. I think they found a sweet spot where, you get, the reward is pretty high. You get a holo and 2 reverses in every pack. So at the very least, you're going to get some of those kinds of hits. Oh, there's another Trainer Gallery, and we did get a hit technically again in Sword and Shield. So Rockruff, not kind of probably a bulk trainer gallery, frankly. I mean, some of the trainer gallery cards have started to go up in value. I think just as we get further and further along and further away from that time period, they're going to probably go up some. They're not quite as crazy. I mean, I think the art on them is very cool. I mean, they kind of foreshadow the illustration rare category in, yeah, maybe that's a sign we don't have anything here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2. So, yeah, but I think Scarlet and Violet has really, I don't know, for me it's been great because you're pulling a double rare once every about 5 to 6 packs. You're pulling an illustration rare and ultra rare about once every 12 to 15 packs. So there's, I think, a higher level. I mean, you know, when you add up all the rarities, in my experience, you're getting a hit like roughly one every 2 to 3 packs, which is a nice feeling. Oh, I did actually have a hit, just a bulk V. So we are getting some hits from our Sword and Shield packs, nothing like super crazy and exciting. We're saving the Chilling Reign for last, but anyway, this was really fun. I mean, look at this. We found some Sword and Shield on the shelves in 2025. Found some older tins, relatively speaking. I really thought these would have more modern packs, but I am not complaining. In some ways, I wouldn't mind actually some more. I mean, there are a handful of things we're still chasing in Sword and Shield. Actually, 20 cards total. I have a list. I keep track. So there's 20 cards we're still looking for in Sword and Shield. Of course, the heavy hitters, they're expensive. They're in many sets, it's the 1 or 2 like chase cards. And so it's unlikely that we're going to, I mean, especially now, I mean, this is kind of fun. We get to open some Sword and Shield packs, but generally those packs are kind of hard to find now. And they're, so we're probably going to end up needing to purchase those eventually, or maybe we can trade for them, trade some of the things that we've accumulated. Hey, another trainer gallery and another hit technically. We got the holo rare and then again, the trainer gallery number 9. So we have gotten some nice, we've gotten some hits, nothing maybe super crazy. I mean, wouldn't it be great? We're missing the 3 cards in Chilling Reign. We're missing are the Galarian Moltres alternate art. We're missing the Blaziken VMAX alternate art, and we're missing the Snorlax gold card. So, I mean, I would take any hit, including any alta art from this set, but wow, I mean, wouldn't it be awesome if we got ourselves one of those chase cards. So I put Chilling Reign last because we're still missing 3 cards from this, and you know, we had master sets of Silver Tempest and Brilliant Stars. So let's see if we can pull anything in our last 2 packs. Thanks for following us with this fun Friday. This is really a fun Friday. I mean, I don't know, it's easy to get demoralized. I mean, I feel like generally speaking I'm pretty lucky and pretty diligent about trying to find cards, but you know, there are limitations on our time and on our lives, and it's also okay, there's the reverse. Oh, we got something. Caitlin, hey, this is not a bad one. I think this trainer is actually pretty good. I don't know. I think full art trainers in Sword and Shield have held their value a little bit more than they do in Scarlet and Violet. So that's not bad. I mean, look at that. We got a hit. I mean, it's not one of the ones we needed, but I think that's, I don't know. We'll see. We'll check it out. I think that there's a few trainers that have some decent value. So anyway, it's just been hard. I mean, I get discouraged. There's just some things that I would just happily give Pokemon my money, but you just cannot unless you're like first in line, or you're just sitting on your computer all day, or you're waiting in lines at stores, or I don't know, just spending your Friday morning at Costco. I just can't. I can't do that stuff, and so it just is difficult. Sometimes I feel like cursed that way. I'd like, I check online and it's like, oh, 4 hours ago, Costco was. Like they opened up their online store for the Prismatic bundle, and then like I go do something else and I come back and oh, I just missed it again, and that's just frustrating. All right, drum roll. We do have a hit. Ice Rider Calyrex V, that is the mascot of Chilling Reign, one of them, but not. We got 2 hits out of our 2 Chilling Reign packs, including a full art trainer. So actually, I mean, look at us. We did so well. Look at all these hits. Nothing like super out of this world crazy, but hard to complain about that, especially just being able to open these packs. So anyway, thanks for following along. We're going to have new content soon. We're going to have more Destined Rivals and more other fun stuff. So check back, and we'll catch you in the next video.